ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹಂಗ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ ಮುಮುಕ್ಷತ್ವ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಯರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲಿಬರೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಎನಿ ಒನ್. ಈಗ ಯಾವನೋ ಒಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಡತಿ, ಮಗ, ತಂದೆ, ತಾಯಿ, ಅತ್ತೆ, ಮಾವ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನನು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವನೊಬ್ಬೇ ಬದುಕಿದಾನೀಗ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಅವನಿಗೀಗ ಯಾವ ಬಂಧನಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲ. Now if he has mumukshatva, he will immediately utilize this opportunity to liberate, because the environment is very good.
Okay.
Correct. But that doesn't mean that everybody will have that. They will be crying, they will be wailing, they will be worrying, they will be doing so many things when so many people have died in their family. So he doesn't take that as an opportunity. He takes that as something wrong which has happened. Why God has done to me like this? Alla start agutte. So basically it depends on
yaru somebody is losing in their life the name, fame, money, everything. It is actually go for good from the spirituality point of view.
Yes. It is a very quick remedy for his problem. But it depends on him, Allah.
Yeah. Mindset. Finally, mindset.
Yes.
So, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi Dadatu is the ultimate truth for this, right? That's the best. Yes. Don't think that you have something for tomorrow.
No, because there is no tomorrow. When you sleep, there is no tomorrow. It is a fabrication in the mind which shows that there is something called tomorrow.
Correct.
So what are you trying to do through this Vivekachudamani is to unearth this, meaning you have been sleeping, you are trying to wake up to the reality and making the fabricated reality to sleep. The waking state has to be made to sleep, and the sleeping state has to be made to wake up.
So waking stage is permanent, other things ignorance.
Yes, it is definitely in ignorance. There is no doubt on that ignorance. Good morning, Lata. Good morning, Padmashri.
Morning, Lata. Morning, Padmashri.
Morning. Good morning. Morning.
Yeah, before you arrived, we already started on the Chudamani.
Okay. In the bus has left and we have just ran and caught it.
Yeah. Something like that. No, the bus was going very slow so that you can jump. Anyway, but in the morning I had a very good question that right here, right now, is it applicable for everyone or it is applicable only for sadhakas? So the answer is it is applicable for everyone provided that person has a yearning for realization. So basic aim of what we are trying to do is to unwind what has been wound up. That's all. There is a fabricated aham in that which is called as Atma. The actual Atma is just a witness. So the fabrication is removed so that Atma will become Anatma and the original Atma will shine. That's the only thing. So it means all that we have learned, all that we have known so far, all the puja, this, that, or whatever we have believed is anatma. It is personality related. What we are yet to experience and what is reality is atma. That is the true self. So what we are trying to do is to remove the false self and in its place establish the true self, which is you. So everything is a conceptual. So the reality what we are leading today is a conceptual reality. It is seemingly real, but it is not real. So office is a concept. Forget about wife, husband and all that. We have spoken enough. So office is a concept. Project is a concept. Employee is a concept. Employer is a concept. Appraisal is a concept. So and then you have architecture, that's a concept. Then you have development, that's a concept. Product delivery is a concept. So everything comes with a concept, and concept will have its own process. So we can make it as SEI CMM process, or we can make it as agile process, this process, that process. But for that fabrication or conceptualization, we have created all of this. So when you come back home from office, or when you stop all meetings, the concepts are gone until the next day. What if somebody quits the job and joins another company? All the concepts of that company where he was working is gone. In its place, it is replaced by new set of concept of the new company, which is what life and death is all about. So when you die in that company, they remove the email ID and everything, and all the remaining things are still there of that person who was there, but he or she doesn't have access. The access card is removed, the computer is taken away, and all that. And neither that employee is interested any longer to interface with that organization where he served. And slowly he forgets all about those impressions which was there as though it was true. Now he has woken up in a new company. So now he starts learning the new things. Isn't it the same thing what we are doing from life to life? Just think it over. That's all what we are doing. It's not that we are doing something extraordinarily different. So basically what we are trying to do in this Vivekachudamani is to come out of this madness, which is only fabrications. So we conceptualize something and we make it a reality, and that reality seems to be real. But when a person goes to sleep, that was unreal from the beginning, so it is gone until the next day morning. What if somebody wakes up with dementia? What if somebody wakes up with brain damage? He will not recognize anything, or she will not recognize anything, because that part of the brain which is supposed to fire up those neurons no longer are available. So default mode network, DMN, is no longer accessible to that brain. And I had shared one book, that Stroke of Reality, or whatever I had sent about one doctor. I had also sent you that video relating to that. If you see that her left side of the brain had a hemorrhage, so the right side of the brain took over. So she forgot all about relationships, all about what she was doing, all about her the education, and she was a brain anatomy person, but she totally forgot all about that because the right brain took over. So basically this fabrication is only available till the night, or till the mind sleeps, when we can't say it as night. So whenever Shushupti happens, meaning even while listening to a lecture, suddenly the person goes into a sleep jump. So he will just have a quick nap. In that quick nap, all that happened, he doesn't know. That is reality. Any questions on this? So right here, right now is right now. That's all. If you know that is not a reality, that means you have understood. You have understood the truth.
Yes, right now here, if you have properly understood, it is perfect. Not understood, then you have to do sadhana.
Yes, so now when a lady comes next to me and stands here, I am still recognizing her as my wife, and I am getting worried about her. Even with all of this what I am talking, it means that I have become a normal pravachana person who talks very well, but he himself has not understood. So Conceptually, she is my wife. Really speaking, she is no one. Okay. That if I have the firm conviction is there, even if I'm drunk, let's say, I don't recognize her as my wife, that means I've realized. I've not yet got liberated, but I've realized that it is fabrication.
Okay. See, sometimes when you Lata had one experience, awareness for one full day, right?
Yes.
That is realization.
Yes, that is realization.
Okay.
You realize that you are not.
If you are able to open that through your key of this sadhana, then you can experience right now here.
Yes, you can right now, right here, experience that. That is what is called as awareness. So there are two ways of doing it, but one way of doing it is that you have to really feel. I'm using the word called as feeling. You have to feel that a light is watching over you, and that light is you. This is one way of doing. Another way of doing, if that doesn't work, which most of the people do, like this Dasa Sahitya, is that you have to make one deity as though it is observing you all the time. Okay? Somebody is observing you. So you can create a deity like what I can say, you can have Ganesha, or you can have Subramanya, or you can have Krishna, or you can have anyone, but should be only one, not many. And that being is going to observe you all the time. And you are going to offer everything to it. Meaning, if you are going to sleep, you are offering it. If you are going for a toilet, you are offering to it. If you are urinating, you are offering. If you are taking a bath, you are offering. If you are wearing clothes, you are offering. Okay? You are actually clothing that being. You are making that being go to toilet. You are making that being go and urinate. You are not urinating. You are making that being.
That is Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
Yes.
Bhava.
Yes. If that can be established, okay, then you have realized the truth. So
this is Bhakti Yoga.
That is Bhakti Yoga.
Good.
That is the Bhakti what Padma Shri keeps on repeating.
Most of us are doing that. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. At least by
Mouth.
Yeah, mouth and actions.
No, actions don't speak that. See, thing is like this. I'll give a valid example. Say now you want to go to temple, right? So why do you want to go to temple? Because the mind believes that God resides there. If you bring this up, what I am talking about, you will not able to sit peacefully even for a second. Because somebody is observing you all the time.
Yes. If you have that awareness, then you will not do any mistake.
Yes.
One more, Vilas. Those who are going, all these people to temple, they are Dvaitis only in mentality.
Correct.
Is it right statement?
Very right statement.
Okay. And all these Advaitis, to the really ultimate stage of that Advaitam, they will not go anywhere.
They don't have to go anywhere.
Seeking something.
Yes.
Because it is there already within.
Yes. So
Not just temple going people, all of us are Advaitis only. The moment we understand that the world is there and we are in a relationship with, we have created new relationships, and then we are always in relationship, we are all Dvaitis only. Meaning it's not about temple at all.
Yes.
Temple is just only one part of it, is what I feel.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
So now there are only two ways of doing. One is what I told to Lata, that you make yourself as a light falling in the room and everything shines up. You are not bothered about what is there in the room. This is Jnana Marga. And she picked it up. Okay, so she somehow got it. I can't ask her how did she get it. Maybe she can say how she got it. And 2 days she was in that, which is literally blissful feeling, because that is what it is. If that doesn't work, the second way is to make one deity as you, simple, and surrender to that deity completely. So which is what Padma Shri keeps on saying, that I don't agree with this bhakti, and we have a good discussion argument and all that, where I don't have any doubt in that. But yet what I'm trying to say is that the surrender here is that you will not do anything without offering to that deity.
Correct. So that is what we do during this Satyanarayana Puja. You are Prana Pratishta, you are doing in that small, you have water and then kalaka. In that you are putting your Atma there and doing puja, right?
No. That is not how it is. Yeah, Padma Shri, you wanted to say something.
Yes, no, but still I feel the concept what you are telling is what I am thinking is wrong. Meaning it's not. When I'm saying surrendering, you may call it God, or you may call it the consciousness. It is the same. That is why I don't see any difference between Jnana Marga and Bhakti Marga. The point is that you're thinking that there is a God, and then we are surrendering to the God, and that is why it is Bhakti Marga. No, I am not telling that there is a God at all. Forget about anything. It is the power, that supreme power that is inside you, which till today is lying dormant, meaning it is allowing you to function. But we have never given any importance. Just getting close to that and surrendering to that is what I am trying to tell as bhakti. But I am looking at it in a slightly different way, because bhakti, what I am saying is complete surrender, meaning I should not think about tomorrow, I should not think about now, I should not think about whatever happens. But the constant thought process of tomorrow I have to get up and do this. The moment I say I will do it tomorrow, I will do it day after tomorrow, I am unconsciously agreeing to the fact that I am doing it tomorrow and after. There should be no time frame at all, no time space feeling. That feeling should come to us. That is surrender, is what I'm saying.
I got it. That is what both will.
And in that there is no God at all. What I'm saying is no God, no form, no.
I agree with you.
I don't think there is something where I have to really do some kind of a ritual. I should bring my this one there, Stapana there. I'm not saying those are all wrong. Those are all another way of doing some things as steps to lead there. But then I am saying bhakti and surrender, and that also gives moksha. I am talking about that final stage wherein there is nothing but fully light. That's all.
No, that is correct. So that itself is jnana. So if you are able to get there, you call by whatever name, that doesn't really matter.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you call it by whatever name, it will be the same. That is what I feel. Yeah.
I have no difference of opinion with you. I am trying to help out Bhatt in this direction. He is not able to get what you are trying to say. I have already understood what you are trying to say. I have no doubts in that.
Okay.
It says that avaravara bhavakke avaravara bhakutiಗೆ ಕರನಾಗಿ ಇರುತಿಹನು ಶಿವಯೋಗಿ ಹರಿಯ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಹರಿ ಹರನ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಹರ.
The thing is like this, but if you have a deity in your mind, you are not able to get rid of it, you better surrender to that deity. Simple. Like what Padma Shri says, there is no God. There is just consciousness. Call it by whatever name you want. But this mind is surrendering to that. And there ends the matter. That means there is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday, there is no today, there is nothing there, because time and space dimension is there in the mind, not in the consciousness. So if you are able to remove that through this, it's good. So there are only two ways. One way is pure awareness through light, which is what Padma Shri is also saying, and that is what Lata got it some time ago. Or if that is not workable, then put something, can be one deity or one substance or some object where that looks at you all the time. And that's all what it is. So, in the case of Madhvacharya, he used to carry that Krishna statue all the time. So, as per him, he is with Krishna. Simple. His own consciousness, but then he has created Krishna. Right? So, he used to go along with that wherever he goes. So, nobody could separate him out of Krishna. And same thing with Purandara Dasa, Kanakadasa, all the Dasa Sahitya only speak about that. So you have to find which one God or whatever you have will help you to surrender. The best surrender is what Padma Shri is saying, where there is no God, there is no concept, nothing. Just the pure awareness. If they can get that, beautiful. But if
What Padma Shri just now said is that there is a supreme power.
that is what, now you want to name that power, right?
Okay, that supreme power is supreme power. I think
you
that
can't name
understanding is very clear.
So they you
No, what I'm
And
saying is
now,
that
through Advaitam, what you are telling is, the
But
power
what
what I am having
is-
is... Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that supreme power is inside us. That is the consciousness.
Exactly, that's what I'm telling. The supreme power, what is there in the power, what is there inside that supreme power, both are same. That is what Advaitam.
yes.
Yes.
That is a different. That is called Dvaitam.
Yes, I am different, the supreme is different,
Yeah.
is Dvaita.
So, which means to reach Advaitam, you have to, first step is Dvaitam only, because you need a guru. Without guru, the knowledge doesn't come. So, this is Advaitam. The moment you have understood, both of you are same. There is nothing called
Right.
guru and Shishya.
No, what I'm saying is even without saying that you want to become Advaita, for that you require Dvaita, I'm saying the very existence meaning our very existence in this form is Dvaita. Whether we understand it as Dvaita or not, it is Dvaita, because we have created all separations, we have created relations. Because the moment we realize that all are same, then there is no relationship at all, right?
No, the thing is, the moment you have mind, it is Dvaita. The moment you drop mind,
Right.
there is no Dvaita.
Exactly, but then all of us are with mind, right? Our
Yes,
existence starts with mind.
correct. That's it.
And exactly when you are a child, that mind is not in that format. It is not able to distinguish. It is seeing all of us as people. Then we start to say, "This is your father. This is your father. This is your mother." We start to teach it, right? So that is how we start to create that splitting of people, splitting of.
Yeah. That is the reason we
start
say
to
the
create
small kid is God. Correct.
So from that perspective, I feel our existence is Dvaita, meaning the moment we exist, except that few months when there is ignorance, it is fully Dvaita.
Yes. I think the same understanding I'm having now.
Good. So the sooner you drop that verse number 6, the better it is.
Verse number 6. Vadantu Shastrani.
So you have to drop that. If you want to be in Advaita, you have to drop that. Otherwise, you are in Dvaita. And Padma Shri is very right that the very existence is Dvaita. There is nothing Advaita about existence. Okay, so shall I continue?
It says that it says that let people quote the scriptures and sacrifice to the gods. Let them perform rituals and worship the deities. But there is no liberation without the realization of one's identity with the Atman. No, not even in the lifetime of the 100 Brahmans put together. That means if you are in Dvaita Bhava, you will be samsari. The moment you are coming out of that, then you think that you are the Atman, then you are completely liberated. What you call liberated, right?
Yes.
It is not a realization, it's a liberation.
No.
Because,
Got it. First is you realize that you are all.
yeah,
That is realization. After that, you drop off everything, which is liberation. That is mukti. The mind will not be existing forever after that. There is no mind.
so both here, Anadi, right?
Yeah, both here are another.
Our life is started from Anadi. That means there is no starting point.
Yes.
But with the moksha, you are giving a perfect end.
Yes, that's all what you are doing. Instead of searching when did I start, it is better to look how do you end. Half of the life is gone in searching how did I come here. That is not important. What you want to stop is more important.
I think end of this Vivekachudamani, we will be perfect sannyasi. We will leave everything, including family, job, everything.
Yeah, may that happen.
It is so powerful, this sentence.
Correct.
You know, this sentence, it says, you have done so many hundreds of Brahma Yugas. You are still doing the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
Diramapi Rajani, Sayam Prataha.
Correct. Lata, you want to add something?
Yeah, Lata's experience will add value.
Yeah. You have become a very much a mute spectator.
Yeah, so interesting discussion. So I guess the understanding now, whatever we are having, is becoming correct, and the clarity is coming. So I think that's good. That's a good step forward. And what Padmasri told is absolutely right. And see, when you get that flash of when the knowledge dawns on you, you will be too surprised that it is so simple.
Yes.
Okay, so I was really this is what it is. And it was there always here. Then now, once you know it, you cannot miss it. It's not that I am there. I am in that always. But the moment it dawned, you can never forget that. So, and whatever explanations you give, like consciousness is everywhere and it is beyond the space, and I used to always imagine what is the meaning of beyond space and beyond time. So I also used to imagine what is all that. I visualized that as full of light first. Then I visualized it as full of particles moving in and out everywhere, and I visualized in many ways. But then when it comes, it is something, it all makes sense. All the explanations, whatever is being given, makes sense. That's all I can say. But it's a good, and it happens in a flash. It is not that it happens slowly and it takes time and all that. It is an instantaneous stuff.
Yes, because it is always there. So it can't take.
Yeah, it is always there. It is always there, and you cannot miss it. Everywhere it is there, and every time it is there, irrespective of whatever it is. And all that explanation makes sense. Everything appears in it also makes sense once you know it. And also you see it is full of bliss. That is also, you will make sense of it, and you'll also understand it is full of knowledge. That also you will whatever explanations. I think these are all kinds of words used to point to it. I think to make others understand.
Yes, but it really, any word you put is not going to give you that experience.
Correct. See, I have been thinking, and I have been thinking. I used to ask Vilas, it is blue in color, or because I used to see blue. I used to ask many questions. I thought it is a full light, and now I can say, if I want to put it, I would say it as transparent awareness. I don't know what else to say. So that's what I would name it as, or word it as.
Correct.
And it is there with you always and always and always. You just have to get it. That's it.
Yes, once you get it, you don't want anything else.
Yeah, that's true. And all that, it looks like a, what do you say, a play.
Yeah, that is what is Maya all about.
Yeah, and then once you get that, then many things like suddenly opens up for you. That many the real what do you say, understanding happens when you read anything, you hear anything. The real understanding happens. Before I was understanding all intellectually, everything intellectually, and I think I had a perfect understanding what exactly it is, and on. But then when it really happens, it so.
Good.
And it can happen any moment, at any time, and irrespective of whatever you are doing. And I also think that, and then I also felt that so many things have been written and written and written, and so many scriptures, this, that, and that's been complicated.
Yeah, it is so simple that you don't require so many books.
But when I think it is, yes, it's so simple, but then you are not able to grasp it.
Yeah, that is correct.
So that's the thing. Yeah. So then I understand, all those people who have liberated, all Shankaracharya would have felt, and that's why he used to call everybody fools and all that. Because for him it is always visible.
Yes.
For others it is not. But then any amount of explanations was not, because the pull of the samsara, the pull of the senses is too very, very strong. Even if you have clipped it once, still the pull is very, very strong. It is very difficult to extricate from that.
Yes.
So I think that's why that noise of the senses, which keeps on falling on the mind, and then it has no time to even recognize this, which is there in the background. So you keep on, and the moment you get up, all will start. Everything will wake up. Like the mind, the first thing which I observe is that you open and you find out, okay, where you are lying down, and the mind chattering. It starts off. You cannot shut it off. How much ever you try, you cannot shut it off. Okay, so
Good explanation. Yeah, but you have any further questions?
No, I don't have further questions here. Only thing is, I feel if we start with this seriousness, when we reach some 30-40% of this book, we will have a lot of huge knowledge gained, knowledge and practices also.
Yeah, so yesterday I had given one assignment. What happened to that?
I think you have to define that assignment. Let me think whether I have done it. Because I am most of my time I spend here on this, especially morning hours.
No, at least you know what was my question, what was my assignment.
it's related to deep sleep, but
How come I not able to connect with yesterday's?
you have written down. You said you have written down.
I have written one point is Madhva Taratamya Veda related philosophy. Second point, what makes you to disconnect from them?
What is deep sleep? And then when you are awake, why is it that we cannot be in that state? Something like that was the question. Right, Vilas?
Yeah, that you should have observed yesterday.
What what is deep sleep? Number one. What is the second question? I have done yesterday one experiment on this. I will tell you what it is. And what is the second question?
Why you can't be that in the waking state?
Or you can't be there in the waking stage. Yesterday, I simply different this one. I just kept Sadhguru's 10 minutes some talk on this spirituality, and in 10 minutes I was already in the sleep mode. I forgot. Just now I realized, okay, I have done that. Then I had a very sukha nidra till morning. It is uninterrupted. Morning when I wake up, suddenly I was observing what's happening in my body. I have done this yesterday, yeah, correct. Then what I observed is that my heartbeat is very high. Then I knew that something my now mind is working because it started working. So blood pumping is happening to that just for some time, and then just immediately came back to normal. It's like a control system with the PI control. Then normal, everything was good. Then I was keep doing this awareness till my breakfast. That is 8 o'clock till 8 o'clock. During my this Sandhya Vandana at puja time, today especially during Gayatri, I was thinking about that, not because of your question, suddenly it has come, I don't know. And then during Gayatri, I forgot about myself, and I had that feeling completely that I am not interacting with this world. Sudden, very special feeling you get it, na? I told you other day with the Japamala when I hold, I have. So today I did 10 Gayatri, all 10 I had the same feeling throughout. I wanted to continue, I thought I should do it. And I thought, let me not do it because of time. It was a very great experience. It just came because my mind wanted to enter into that, and it happened. Before that, I have done some practice. I will share that video what I did today. So I have taken some video of that for Chitta Shuddhi point of view. After Chitta Shuddhi, when I did the Sandhya Vandana systematic, when I reached Gayatri with the mudra, I am practicing mudra also now. There is something called Sumukam, Sampudan Chaiva, Vyapakam, Jalikantata, Shakatam, Empashancha, Granthikam, Cholmu, like mudra, it's a very nice, it's a Kerala style. So with that I did it. Then after that, when I entered that Gayatri, and especially when I did that Gayatri Ahana to my heart, that itself I knew that now inside my heart there is something, deity is there already. And in the form of Gayatri, but it's a formless, it's Gayatri. Then when I did Gayatri today, it was a fantastic experience, like what Lata is explaining, something similar. But I had only for 10 Gayatri times. So I will just share that over WhatsApp, what I did today. Then what I found is that after that I became normal. So that means what I had Sukha Nidra, much beyond experience, I got it in awareness today during my Gayatri. Full energy, bubbling energy.
Yes, so this is the second one, that like you create a DT and then you do it, which is okay, fine. You can continue doing that. It will take you to the first one. Meaning the first one is the light. The second one is a DT. So you can take Gayatri or you can take whatever you want. So that will take you to the same thing. Good one.
Is it something that experience what I have received? Because this I can now get that, I have moved from that mala to next level, Japa mala to next level. This is something special energy, the same energy?
What the same one, but same one, but you have Gayatri as a tool. You should get to a stage where you don't require any tool at all. Okay, so there is nothing wrong in Gayatri. Meaning, if you are doing Gayatri and you are able to get into that state which is so blissful, and you forget, that mind forgets itself. There is no mind. So when there is no mind, that consciousness is what all that exists. There is no Maya. Okay. And you are that. You are that consciousness. So there is no mind. That means there was no bhat at all in that Gayatri, if I am not wrong.
Yes, there is nothing, nobody, except that only that vibration experience. It was a very blissful vibration.
Yes, so the mind shut down through the 5 senses. So there were no senses. So you couldn't sense anything. And that's the reason it will be blissful. If you are able to sense that, that bliss will go away. So when you became...
Sensing what?
Anything, like if you are sensing that you are doing Gayatri, then it is gone. You understood? See, you did...
Yeah, the moment the mind realizes that you're blissful, the bliss will go away.
Correct.
See,
It was like a magnet today, coming, going, something. But the moment if you don't take your mind there, the moment you feel that you have mind, it will pull you this side. When you forget about yourself mind, and it will be there. It's like a magnetization, coming, going, like a sinusoidal.
no, that is correct. So actually,
But I want to make it permanent. That what is the process?
No. You are going in a wrong side. Sinusoidal wave cannot be made permanent. See, first and
I
foremost,
can use the word. It's touching and going away throughout.
yeah, I got it. No. Even if you call it as a sinusoidal wave or you call it a touching and going, it's all the same. So first and foremost, we need to understand 2 things, not as concept, 2 things. 1, mind. Mind has 5 senses, including itself is 6 senses. Okay, all of this is an experiencer. You got the point. It is in Drig Drishya, it is Drig, what we are talking about. The Drishya is what you are perceiving. You, in the sense that 5 senses are perceiving. So when we say I, it is the 5 senses. Okay. Now if you say I am doing Gayatri, it is the 5 senses doing Gayatri. Okay. While the Gayatri is being done, all of a sudden the 5 senses drop off, leaving a death state to the mind. And then the consciousness arrives. So that is blissful. Just like you go to deep sleep, and in deep sleep the mind sleeps with its 5 senses. So then there is no longer any identification. So even though a mother and a child, let's say the child is 1 month old or even 10 days old child, let's say, and she has held the child tightly to her breast and it is drinking milk, but she gets deep sleep. In that 2-minute sleep, she forgets the child. Even though the child is drinking milk from it, but the mother doesn't know. So that is consciousness. You got the point. I am giving this example because in any other example, there is fabrication. In the mother and child, there is no fabrication. The child is 10-day old. It is sucking the breast of the mother, and the mother gets sleep and she sleeps. She doesn't know where the child is now. Whether she's sleeping for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is, until the child cries, she is gone. That means the sight is gone, that is eye is gone, ear is gone, nose is gone, tongue is gone, body is gone, and the mind is gone. Because of 5 senses not being there, the body is gone. Similarly, when you are doing Gayatri, you are gone. You of the 5 senses are gone. So there is blissful. But the moment mind comes back, that is the moment senses come back, they want to experience. And it cannot happen. So then it becomes like a sinusoidal wave, because it comes and goes, it comes and goes, comes and goes. So objective here is to cut the senses and sense object, which is what is Shama and Dama is all about. So if you are able to cut the
1 minute, cutting this sense and sense objects is nothing but through some prayatna. You have to put some effort.
no, you have to stop the effort, it will happen. You are already putting effort.
See, naturally, I keep getting thoughts.
No,
I have put some effort for not getting the thoughts, right?
No, hold on for a second. How are the thoughts coming? Thoughts are coming because of 5 senses.
Correct.
So if you stop the 5 senses interaction, you as consciousness, where to stop the 5 senses interaction, thoughts will not be there. It is not that you are going to suppress the thought or stop the thought or whatever. You can never do it. No matter what you try, you will never do it. Because mind, object is the thought. So you cannot stop its own object. See, whenever the person who comes in front of me, I have been told that she is your wife. So the thought will come that she is my wife. You cannot stop it. I can, no matter what I add as an intellectual thing that no, she is not my wife. She is having her own individuality, all that. But the reality is, whenever she comes in front of me, I am going to recognize it as my wife.
Correct.
Consciousness is helpless. It cannot come out and say, hey boss, she is not your wife. So what I should do? First cut the sight. Okay, if sight is not there, sound is not there. If sound is not there, touch is not there. If these 3 things go away, anyway I don't smell my wife. There is no wife smell. There is body smell, there is no wife smell. So if there is no wife smell, then there is no taste also. Wife, there is no taste. You can't taste a wife. Can you taste a wife? No. So 3 things make that being as wife. One is sight, sound and touch.
Now, how to cut that sight? When that person comes in front of you, how to cut the sight?
First
Either you have to close your eyes
no.
and what you should do?
First you have to cut the touch. Cut the touch. Don't touch her. Meaning when you touch, you feel only the cold and hot. Don't touch as wife.
That means your decoding should be perfect. It is a cold and hot. Nothing. No, don't attach any other shape or anything to that.
Yes. So even if she is dressing the clothes or whatever she is doing, you are only touching hot and cold. So with that practice, the touch goes away. There is nothing to touch basically. Then
Again, that is a practice of the mind only, right?
No.
I'm talking the same thing. It's a prayatna.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
It is a practice of the mind.
No,
You are cutting that from the mind, meaning your mind should not recognize that. It should recognize that only as hot and cold. But see, what is recognizing as hot and cold? It is the mind, right? Hot and cold also. Why? See, the word sound. That sound is coming hot and cold. That is coming because somewhere you know that is hot and that is cold. So all these are linked, meaning the mind is playing that role of.
Now if that is covered like that, now there is no answer to it, because what you as consciousness will do is not that at all. Once you practice, or once you stop recognizing even that hot and cold and all that, because you have to use English language or some language to say what you should do, otherwise you are not supposed to do anything.
I'm not talking about language, I'm talking about sound now. Because
now sound is,
see, you have created, I understand what you're saying, I'm just trying to help out in the understanding of the whole thing, meaning I'm trying to understand it in my way, so that I'm just wanting to check it out with you. What I am saying is, see, first of all, when we say mind, that mind is not there unless a thought has been associated with it. That mind is not there, because a blank mind will not recognize that there is a mind also.
correct.
Just because we think we are understanding that there is a mind.
Correct, absolutely
Meaning,
right.
and how did the whole thing start? The whole thing started because you saw something and you associated a sound with it. You
Right.
saw a lady and then associated that as a lady. You saw an animal and associated as an animal. So that sight and sound went together into your mind, and then you created that object in your mind. So what you are telling is split all of them.
Correct.
But then finally you have to stop. Okay, but till that point in time, you are still with the mind only, because hot
Yes.
and cold also mind only recognizes.
That is correct. But here there will be a subtle difference. See, you can do it in a mind way. It will never allow that to happen, because it immediately recognizes that this is hot and this is cold. Yes, you are right. So what you need to do is that awareness, whatever Bhatt has got right now, like that Gayatri, if he can extend that to any other object, then that recognition of that object itself goes away. So when I don't recognize as mind or wife or this or that, then you are in that blissful state. Okay, so the indriya have to be cut, but there are various strategy you can use to cut the indriyas from the sense object. Okay, so either you can cut the sense object, that's the best way to do rather than cutting indriya. But then if you want to cut the indriya, you can cut the indriyas. Then the sense object don't torment. So one way to do is don't recognize the objects which are the indriya gochara, whatever is shown to the indriyas. Mind is withdrawn from those indriya, just like the tortoise, which withdraws all its 5 feet and only the shell is seen. Similarly, you have to come up with your own strategy to cut one of the indriya. You should master one of it. You can't master all of it right now, so you have to first master one of it. Either can be sound, so you should be able to hear the sound only. You shouldn't be able to attach any meaning to that sound coming from whomever it is coming. Then sight will go away. When sight goes away, then the touch will go away. Then the touch, that is the body, will go away. Then when the body goes away, then the smell goes away. And when the smell goes away, what is that? What did I leave? The taste goes away. Oh, that means the tongue goes away. So when all the 5 senses are gone away, the mind is dead. Now no longer mind exists. Now you are blissful. So the strategy again is what you want to do with these 5 senses. Which one is the weakest? You have to hit on that. Some people have sight as the weakest, they can put it. Some people sound, some people taste, some people touch, some people smell. So you can, but you cannot hit the mind. That's not possible with the mind. So you have to first remove the senses, because mind requires senses. If senses are removed, mind becomes inert object. It loses life. So it is dead. So when the mind is dead, there is no other death at all. You have already killed it. So you is now liberated, because there is no longer mind. So the past, present, future is gone. Birth and death cycle is gone. So now you have become Ananta. There is no longer any birth or any death. So this is what you need to do. So first thing is you need to cut one of the senses. And this Vivekachudamani talks about what you should do, which is cutting the senses. That is where the Viveka, Vairagya, all that will automatically start to evolve. I don't know whether confused you or clarified.
No, it is not confusion, Vilas. It's clear.
Okay, so what you need to... Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, no, I feel one other way of looking at it. See, when we go from one place to the other place,
Right.
We are seeing the road. But do we see everything, but then not everything we know, we have taken it to the mind at all.
Correct.
We see it just like we are seeing it.
If you can do that, then you have done it.
Do that, yeah, and most probably because that time our mind is doing something else. So like that, if we have got our mind looking at the consciousness, meaning if it is just reflecting the consciousness, you can keep seeing what you're seeing, but it will not reach your mind.
Exactly. That also will work. Just like you're traveling on the road and you're not bothered about trees and road and what you're seeing and all that, what you're hearing, what you're touching, what you're tasting and smelling, because all the senses are gone.
Actually, your senses have seen it, meaning your sense organs have seen it, but
the
they
objects
did
are not
link
there
it to your mind.
They
did not link it to your mind.
See what has happened in that case, like you sit in a train and the train is going, you're watching through the window everything going, and there is no registration because none of the objects are striking to the mind sense door through the senses. Senses are there, they are perfectly working, but the sense objects are not making any sense to the sense doors, so it will not work, meaning you have not taken anything into your mind at all. So the consciousness remains as consciousness, mind is inert, it doesn't have anything at all.
For me, that question which you asked yesterday, that is what I felt. Meaning, in deep sleep, we have kept our mind also to sleep.
Yes.
Meaning, mind is sleeping, only consciousness is awake.
Yes.
But in the awake state, if we are able to keep the mind in a sleeping mode with the consciousness taking over, then we are what we are in the deep sleep state.
Exactly.
But because without our knowledge, mind is sleeping there, and with our knowledge, we should make the mind sleep.
Exactly.
That is the difference. But to get there is the meaning. Mind. You can see that mind is coming every now and then. When you start to observe yourself, mind is the one. First of all, you have to observe first with the help of the mind only. But then when you are observing yourself, you will find that mind is every now and then coming and telling so many things to you. So having somebody else to stop the mind not to talk is the way I have started to look at. Meaning your mind is telling something, the other one is telling stop. So I've created one counter mind for myself. So that I call it the conscious.
Fine, no worries. But what you need to go ahead. But
Vilas, see, when I'm watching my mind, when I am watching my mind is not doing anything. The moment it's doing, I get awareness of that I should watch. The moment I watch, it is not doing anything. Because that means mind can do only one thing at a time.
Correct.
So just watching mind itself can be meditation here.
That is the meditation only. There is no other meditation.
That means automatically it gets cut the moment you start watching. Yeah. The question is, who is watching this mind? Is it mind is watching the mind, or it is something different?
That is the Drishya Viveka. What you are talking is Drishya is who is the watcher. So the experiencer and experienced become one. That is Advaita. So the
beauty is, I will tell you, when you are talking, sometimes I take notes. Sometimes suddenly some email will come, I will just see that and come back. But when I see the email, the moment attention is gone there, I lose you, and then when I come back, I am able to connect the dots. Now it's only dot, no continuity. That means I have understood mind can do only one thing at a time. It cannot do two things. Maybe subconscious mind will do, but we are not working in the subconscious mind during this, because you have to listen something. We are acquiring knowledge.
No.
So that's the only one thing possible is full attention.
No, the subconscious also will not do. Even the unconscious mind also will not do. It is only consciousness which is doing everything. Mind cannot do anything.
Is it? See, when I am driving, after a lot of my practice, I can listen to you fully, but driving happens. Is it not automatic then?
No, it is a perception which is thrown at you. So when something comes in between your car, you are going to forget all about what you are hearing.
Correct. Immediately I come there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
It is a perception. It is not real. See, that 6 bulbs what I had drawn on the board on that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is real. Meaning your one of that is slowly switching off. It gives you a perception that all of them are there.
Yeah, next question here is, if it can do only one thing at a time, the breathing, for breathing, mind is required, or it is happening outside the mind?
Mind has got nothing to do with breathing. Mind has got nothing to do with circulation. You feel like that. Mind is required. See, if that was true, then why are people searching for oxygen cylinders? They are not able to breathe, right? That has got nothing to do with what mind thinks.
It is separate activity.
Yes.
So the vital control of this body is happening on its own, and our mind is for related to that panchendriyas and jnanendriya and karmendriya. Correct?
That's all what it is.
Okay. So if I watch myself, that is the best meditation.
That is the
Because
only
then
meditation.
nothing happens.
No, that is the only meditation. Now the mind goes away. The moment you watch, the mind is not there.
Correct.
Actually, Vilas, what I felt is I've tried this couple of times. Not couple of times, many times. When you say I'm watching my mind, it is actually the mind itself watching itself in
Correct.
the beginning.
Correct.
Slowly, when you start to not associate anything, that is when consciousness takes over.
Yes.
Because when I am saying I am watching my mind,
You're still there.
still it is my mind only.
Yes.
I am deciding that I will watch my mind, and that is my mind only is deciding, and my mind only is watching itself. And slowly, when I am in that state, the mind just sleeps, and then the consciousness takes over.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, now the question is your exercise given. Night time, mind is working slowly. Mind is also going to that sleep mode. Then nidrege jarudu is nothing but consciousness is taking over, isn't it?
Correct.
And in the morning hours, immediately you are coming to Jagrata Avastha, and consciousness is doing its energy fueling. Rest all our mind is start doing it.
Correct.
Okay. And now, if you have to go to that stage of the night, what has happened, conscious taking over, I cannot experience that because I am already in the working on mind. Through mind only, I am watching that. So if I drop the mind, no karya happens. I will not do any work because there is no work happening there.
No. It's not like that at all. Then you would have been dead when you are in sleep.
No, I am talking about daytime.
Daytime only. Say
Because I
daytime.
will not do any karya because panchendriyas both will not be functional.
No. The karya will be there. Out of senses you will be doing, but the sense objects are not there.
See, for doing the karya, you need chitta. For chitta, you need all this. Jnanendriya, this one, memory, everything you need. Otherwise, how that karya will happen through my
Yes.
5 karmendriyas.
All that is true, but there is no connection. All that is true. You will still have ahankara, but there is no connection. You will have manas, it doesn't have connection. You have buddhi,
Connection to mind.
connection to each other.
Oh, those two things will not connect.
See,
It will be in the purest original form.
yes. To
But Vilas, when we are working like the work which we have taken, see, what you're basically telling is that karya will happen when there is something like a muscle memory. Meaning it happens automatically. You have not brought anything to your mind. Your mind is not working. You're not calculating anything. You're not doing anything. It's like a muscle memory when you're doing that and then happening. But in our kind of work, is it very easy to bring that kind of a muscle memory and not get associated with it?
No. Actually, Padmashri, what happens is, if you are in pure awareness, you will do much more than what you are doing today. So the only problem is that you have to get into that. The whole frustration is till you get into that. It's like somebody wants to learn cycle and he has studied everything about cycle except for sitting on the cycle and falling many times, and he picks up. Once he picks up, he exactly knows what he did. So same thing is this. It's not the muscle memory association. It is not like that. What happens here is that you will forget all about yourself, just like a painter would forget that he's painting, or a dancer would forget that she's dancing or he's dancing, or a singer will forget all about singing, and everything goes away. It is just the consciousness being there. In that,
it's a full energy all the time.
Yes, it's full energy. So you don't exist at all. So when you come back, if somebody says you gave a nice speech, you know you never existed in the first place to take that. Or if somebody says that you are such a lousy person, you are not interested in taking that also. The appreciation also you are not taking, the depreciation also is not taking, because there was no mind in the first place to take it.
Perfect example.
Generally the consciousness, when it comes, it attracts everyone. So there is no question of whether it will be good or bad, because there's nothing like that. It is pure consciousness. So all the people get mesmerized by that consciousness, because they are also consciousness only, basically. So the mind of theirs also goes away in that. So on the job, if you were to say, if you practice this, you will do it much easier. Like what you have been asking, Padma Shri, that you don't want to plan, you don't want to do that, all that will definitely work out. You will be totally stress-free, and you will be doing much better than what you're doing today. So there's no plan. You will come out of planning.
That is how Vivekananda delivered all lectures, Western country, not through mind, right?
Yes, absolutely. See, that is the connect. See, everybody uses brothers and sister, right? What is so special about Vivekananda speech? Everybody says that it's not the only person who said brother and sisters. Because he translated bhai or beheno, which is there in Hindi, to brothers and sisters in English. But that shouldn't become an uproar, right? In the parliament of religion.
But at the same time, through his voice, all spiritual energy is to come out.
No, that
if
is
somebody else talks the same thing, no meaning. Only Vivekananda talks makes difference.
Exactly. So that is what it is all about. So if you are conscious, then there is no you at all. Because you are conscious.
No ego.
There is no you. That means all are disconnected. The manas is disconnected, the indriyas are disconnected, the ahankara is disconnected, the chitta is disconnected, everything is disconnected.
Then there is no difference between two people, because now difference between two people will be because of their religion, their caste, their language and all that, and which God they believe in. Now there is nothing, no difference between any two people, because both are same pure consciousness.
Yes, exactly. And hence it connects. Simple.
Vishwamanava. That is Vishwamanava Prajna.
Yes, so that is what is called as Manushyatva.
Yes.
And that is also the Advaita in the whole thing, right?
Yes, that is the Advaita.
Perfect.
Okay, so we did not even touch one shloka, but we got deeper into all the shloka, which is very good.
Yes, this discussion will definitely help in the future shlokas.
Yeah. Good. I can continue.
Thank you.
If you have time, I can continue. Otherwise, we'll take it tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow we can continue.
Okay. All right then. Thank you all for contribution.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, Vilas.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.